And what we're looking at is we're looking at Yahoo, the DNS servers that we're using on the server are using their DNS server connection to resolve what yahoo.com's IP address is. That would be an A record. Okay? If you go back to the screen behind you, you scroll up a little bit, you'll see A records and quad A records, right? A records are just IP addresses. You type in to pingunatechnical.com and that 188.114.97.0 or 96.0 is going to answer, right? So go back to the command prompt and type in pingunatechnical.com. Not quite the answer we were looking for. That's probably where the website's being hosted. So if we were going to use IPv6, which we're not, that would be the quad A record, right? If you go back there and look at the back screen there, you see that that's an IPv6 address. Okay? So what you have there is something a little bit confusing, and this is what I believe David did to mask off those A records, right? I see that the records end with 0, right? So I think that Dave has those A records out there that those servers answer with a different answer. Okay, so that's just my theory. I could be wrong. I'd love to hear David explain that, but I'm sure it's some voodoo for keeping something secure, which Dave is kind of known for. Okay, let's go back to the command prompt for a second. Let's take a look at how do we look up. Now we CLS the screen for a second, and then hit the up arrow 3 times for me. One more. Hit enter. All right, now we've got a ping to yahoo.com, right? Now, do an NS lookup to that IP address that it worked to resolve.
7 o'clock?
That 231.20 address.
What time?
Same time as always, 7:50.
Funny how it knows exactly what host that IP address belongs to, because it's got a reverse lookup record out there. Does that make sense? So forward lookup is when you have the name and you want the IP address. That's a forward lookup. A reverse lookup is when you have the IP address and you need the name. Okay, and when you do that, it's going to give you a bunch of records. And those are the hosts that would answer for a forward lookup for yahoo.com, whether it be IPv6 or IPv4. And you could take any one of those addresses and just open up NS lookup, right? Copy and paste. And once you go into the NS lookup program and you just hit NS lookup with nothing, right? And go and hit enter, right? And then you just type in any one of those addresses that you see that spit out for the forward lookups. It'll do a reverse lookup and point you right to a specific host in Yahoo's domain. And that's a reverse lookup. Everybody vibing with that?
Yeah, I'm getting that, I think.
Well, it's the world of DNS. It's like one of those things. It's like riding a bicycle. Once you get it, you get it. And like even stuff that throws me, like with UNA Technical's A record. That's something weird going on, and I'm sure Dave has got a perfectly good, logical, albeit freakishly geeky explanation for. And you could play that video audio for him and tell him I said that. And I'm sure that there's some explanation where he would continue to say, "What's the matter? You're not doing that?" I'm sure of it.
I've heard that before.
Yeah. So, so anyway, so that's the basics of that. So let's go to we're on the server, right, Scott? Yeah. Open,
Yeah.
you've got the server manager open down at the bottom. Could you open that for me? Go full screen, please. Okay. And I just want to show you, we're not going to go in through the whole thing and set it up and everything, but I want you to go to manage and then add roles and features. Next, and next, and next. Okay. Now, I want you to take a look at something very carefully. What is the first thing on that list? Active Directory Certificate Services is used to create a certification authorities that are related to role services that allow you to issue and manage certificates used in a variety of applications. Meaning, let's say you wanted to secure all of your iDRAC connections. Let's say you have internal web hosting that you want to secure and use HTTPS for. Um, any communication that you want to use, like LDAP-S, all right? This is where you start. You install that certificate services, and when you get done installing it, the first thing it's going to say is going to do one of those little exclamation points up by the flag up in the top, and it's going to say, "Time to build a certificate authority." And it'll give you the wizard to do that. But to do it correctly, to do it securely, the best practice way to do that is to have an SSL certificate from an outside source, have your domain be a publicly owned but privately managed domain, no .local, okay? And you have that certificate, that digital certificate, ready to be deployed to start your certificate authority. That's what they call the top level of this whole certificate thing is a CA, a certificate authority. Okay, and that's where you'd start right there. And you can Grok or Chat GPT how to do this, and they'll walk you through every freaking step of it. And I assure you, it's complicated and geeky as fuck. Sorry for the French. Any questions, concerns, compliments?
Very good.
Okay. All right. So I did promise you guys that we were going to talk about group policies tonight. And we do got about a half an hour to go, and I want to show you some cool shit with group policies. All right. But I want to do is I want to do I want to show you how to prove what group policies are hitting a particular host, given that you've got two different scenarios with a group policy. You've got a computer scenario and a user scenario, correct? Right? You know, like every time you've opened up the gpedit.msc or gone into the group policy management console in Active Directory, you've seen these two things. Your your group policies are broken up between the user and the computer, right? So if you go to into your domains, right, open up your domains. I think you got a connect to, there you go, HQ, right? So, okay, right? Then open up Scotland, right? And then go to group policy objects. Let's just take a look at a group policy, any one of them, like the BitLocker one. Let's take that. If you right click on it and just do an edit, right? You're going to open up that group policy. You're going to see on the left side, the two top tiers is the computer configuration, the user configuration, right? So basically, what you're doing with group policies is you're controlling the user's environment by controlling what the user can and can't do. And I'm not talking about permissions, we're talking about rights, right? It's the right to do a thing on the computer. Big thing you got to get like in your head. Permissions are in the file level. That's your NTFS permissions, your REFS permissions. Rights are what you can do with the computer, what you can do with the software that you're presented with, what you can do with the environment that you're living in, okay? Then the computer is controlled by what it can present to the users and what it can and can't do, okay? And I want to prove this by having you go to, let's open up a command prompt, but don't elevate it. Was that elevated or not? No, that wasn't, right? Okay, cool.
Don't believe that.
Yeah, no, that was says you, right? So you're logged in as you. Um, Type in um GP result space / question mark. Okay, now and hit enter. Now GP result is a program that basically shows you the results of a group policy, right? Or what they call a resultant set of policy, right? Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is I want you to realize, like down at the bottom of that screen, right? You see that you can do system or user, right? You've got those that you can keep it within the scope of the computer or the scope of the user, right? That always breaks down to the computer and the user, the computer and the user, right? So to see what group policies has hit Scott with this computer on this domain and his user account. You basically it's very easy to do. You type in GP result space / H, then let's call it results dot HTML. So if you wouldn't mind, Scott,
Okay, wait, I'm sorry. What do you want me to do?
type in GP result. See the example right there is with the / H, right? Space / H, and they call it GP report.html. You can call it GP anything.html. You can call it anything you want. .html. Okay, and hit enter. And that's going to create an HTML file. Now, if you hit the up arrow, and this is me just being lazy, right? Hit the up arrow. Move your cursor with the arrow keys over to the G and then back over the GP result / H to get rid of it. Right? Don't forget your G in the name. Right? You gotta put that back. Okay, and hit enter. That's going to open up the HTML file with the default browser, right? And you can X out that restore pages. And the top right, first thing you want to do is hit show all on the top right. Yeah. That opens everything up. So it shows you in an HTML fashion what group policies are hitting Scott on this computer right now. And this, like, if you're wondering, did this user get a group policy or did he not get a group policy that you created in Active Directory? You find out right here. And if you scroll down, I'm sure you're going to see that BitLocker thing hitting him somewhere. Maybe not. Now, a lot of times what you're going to see in a business environment is what's called the winning GPO, right? Because you got to remember something, that every single computer, every single Windows computer has an internal local group policy. Now, if that computer is also joined to the domain, you also have domain group policies, like at the very least, the default domain group policy. There's two default group policies that you have in an Active Directory domain: the default domain policy and the default domain controller policy. Okay. Now, you can change either one of them, but I don't suggest you do. Okay. Um, the idea of the group policy management console is that for every group policy you want to implement, whether it be on domain controllers or for the general population, you do individual group policies to do those tasks. So that if, like in the case of our BitLocker deployment, we had two group policies. One of them was to kick off the group policy to make BitLocker mandatory, and the other one ran a script, PowerShell script, to force it to happen. Okay. So another easy way you can see like what group policies are hitting a user or not hitting a user, but without all the detail of this report, Scott, if you go back to the command prompt and just go to CLS really quick and just do a GP result/R. Okay, that's going to go right to the screen. GP result without an S. Okay, and that's going to show you the group policies that are hitting this machine with this user. And you see there's group policy 1, Scott's printer, and the other one is desktop wallpaper lockdown. Those are two group policies that hit this computer, and no other group policies are affecting this computer with this user. So this doesn't tell you whether or not those group policies are affecting the computer or the user, right? That would be shown to you in the HTML file with more detail. This just lets you know, hey, I know I sent out a group policy out there. Is that group policy hitting this user? The /R is quick and dirty, shows you yes or no. The report shows you more detail. Questions?
Nope.
Chris? I think Chris fell asleep. Yeah, Tom, what about you?
Can you scroll up? I just wanted to see the command.
That was GP result/R. Thanks for the highlight, Scott. Awesome. Now, just to reiterate, GP result/R basically shows you quick and dirty. Is that group policy being applied to this computer and this user? And you see applied group policy objects right down toward the bottom third of the screen right there. And you see Scott's printer and desktop wallpaper locked down to two group policies that are hitting this machine. Okay. Now, if you see that, let's say I know there's a group policy that I made called my wonderful group policy, let's say, and it should be hitting this machine and it's not. GP update /force will force the group policies to come down from the domain and hit that machine. And if they don't work, it's probably a DNS problem where the computer can't find the domain controller. Okay, so if you run, just for the heck of it, just run the GP update /force just so we can see it run. Okay, going to do the computer policy, the user policy, and basically have a nice day. Now, if you do the GP result/R, just to double check, right? You see, the only group policies that hit this machine was Scott's printer and the desktop wallpaper lockdown, right? So that's cool, but now how do we see if this computer that we're looking at is this computer on the domain? Easy way to see that is type in the word set and then hit enter. And you'll see right down at the bottom, user domain equals hq.scotland.local, right? You can see that this is the user domain is HQ and the user domain is hq.scotland.local because we've got a subdomain, so you see two entries. The subdomain is HQ underneath scotland.local, .local being the top level domain. You see this is a joined machine. This is the server, right?
Yes, it is.
So we never force the BitLocker group policy to the domain controller OU. How about we do that and see what changes?
Okay.
So go back to the group policy management console, right? Okay. And go to the domain controllers OU and right click on the domain controllers OU right above. Right?
This guy?
Nope, down a little bit. Down. Right there, domain controllers. Right? See that? Domain controllers. Right click. And you're going to do link an existing GPO. Okay? Now, let's do the BitLocker deployment and hit OK. Okay? Now let's go back to the command prompt. Let's do a CLS. Let's clear that screen off, right? And do a GP update / force. Let's let that hit.
Let's see if the machine lives.
It'll be fine. Okay, now a GP result / R.
Ooh,
That hasn't hit yet. Sometimes you got to log out and log back in for the GP updates. You want to do that? Just close everything down, log out, log back in.
Let's see.
It's okay. It'll be fun. It's a sandbox. It's not a production environment. You hit sign out anyway. We're gonna lose that notepad file. Who cares?
I should have saved it. Damn.
Oh, it's okay. It's in the video forever.
That is true. All right, so let me get this machine back up. This was 22.
I know they're playing Xanadu.
Yeah, right. Log in. Oh, popped up right back. That's kind of cool. Just get this machine over. Okay, it's gonna minimize that other one.
Okay, and open up a command prompt as the user.
And then hit it.
Okay, GP update / force.
Okay, hit it.
And then a GP result / R.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
GP result / R.
and it still didn't hit. I wonder why. The application event log should show something.
Okay. Event log. Event viewer? Yeah.
Actually, why don't you do a GP results / H and make another HTML file? Do del star.html. Right, that'll delete the existing one. Now do the GP results / H space results.html. Okay, and let's see what happened there. Let's open up results.html and expand all in the top right. And look for BitLocker. Not much here, huh?
No.
Where's that Scott's printer coming from? Is that a group policy out there?
Yeah, we made that.
Okay. Yeah,
We
that
made a
goes to
virtual printer.
that goes to LTP1, right? I remember doing that. We made a local printer.
Pretty cool. Local groups. Not saying it.
Wonder why the BitLocker didn't hit us.
That's not going to do anything. I mean, I could see it, but
Oh. Now, here's something that we can do, right? We know that the printer which we created is hitting it. Is probably something going on in that we could see, like some error message from the event viewer. So if you open up the event viewer, right, and go to Windows Logs, right, and then Application, and see if you see any errors. Down a couple of pages. Okay. And okay, how about system? Seeing anything really? Maybe that particular GPO we didn't actually do anything with. Um, let's let's open up the group policy editor, open up the domain.
Oh, what happened? Oh,
Okay. Open up ADUC for me. Open up Active Directory users and computers. I think I know why this happened. All right. Open up domain controllers. And they're there. They're both there. Um, okay, so the BitLocker thing is there. Okay.
generated.
And how about we go back to the group policy management console, right? And go to domain controllers, right click and add a group policy. Link an existing GPO. And let's do the second BitLocker one, force BitLocker encryption. Okay, hit OK. Okay, now let's see if that hits. Okay. Log out and log back in again. I think we set that up to activate at logon. You could do actually, yeah, go to log out. And let's try to get back in. Yeah.
Do the right one. Wait a minute. No, I didn't do that. It wasn't the right one. I have to do this one. 22. Okay. Oh, EP result / R, I guess.
Yes. No, huh? Um,
Stymied.
I'm confused. There's got to be a
Could it
reason
be?
for it.
Could it also be TPM chip? Remember we were talking about that?
No, no.
Ah,
Okay. Do me a favor and type in this command I'm going to put into the chat. Right? And of course, you're going to change the your domain.local
I'm
to
a dumbass.
HQ.
Sorry, guys.
HQ dot Scottsland.
So full of myself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I want you to do the same command with /force. Okay. Looks good. Um, Very strange. It should just work. Try the GP results /scope space computer /V.
EP results.
Slash
Result /
scope space computer /V space /V. Go ahead. Access denied. Something's going on there, huh?
But to be in as an admin?
No, you should be doing this as a user. Let's open up an elevated command prompt. Do GP update /force. And then in the same window, let's do a GP result /R. Okay, you got me.
Wondering. Oh, wondering.
Honestly, Scott, I think we're getting some mixed results with group policies because of that subdomain,
Okay.
the HQ part.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
So how about we rebuild this domain and uh let's destroy these two servers, make two new ones for next week,
Sounds good to me.
right? And then we're just gonna do we'll do Scottsoland.local, no subdomain. Okay.
Gotcha.
Because remember we had a
Okay.
problem logging in. We had to use the email address,
Oh yeah, it was a pain in the neck.
right? Yeah, and so I'm thinking that that's causing some problems.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. I mean,
Uh,
it's quite all right. This is, this is how we learn. Um, I think that it would have been fine if we would have created the subdomain after the domain was created, right?
mm,
And we build on it, but starting out with the HQ kind of foobarred us a little bit.
yeah.
That's just a
Oh,
thought anyway, but
well, here's the thing. I own this domain, so yeah, I own it, just so you know.
okay.
So I have both. I own that. So what the hell is it? I need to, where's the search? I hate this. I hate when they change stuff
Right
like
there,
this.
search. There's enter a
There
domain
you go.
search.
Yep.
There
Yep.
you go.
That's me. That's me. That's all me. Yeah. So I own this.
I'm going to register abuse.
Yeah. I think I did this one too. I transferred this one too. Yep.
Cloudflare. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's what I transferred it to. Because Dave said to me, he goes, why are you on Network Solutions? I said, I don't know.
It doesn't matter where you park it, I don't think.
It was expensive.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, Cloudflare is like, next to nothing.
Okay. Well,
Uh,
I like cheap.
yeah, everybody does these days, so it's all
All right.
good.
Um, so we went over a lot tonight, right?
Yeah.
The why don't you I don't think it's going to be there, but see if you open up Notepad, if your Notepad comes back up.
That would be so awesome if it did.
Nah.
Dirty bastard.
In the new Notepad, as you well know, that stuff stays.
Oh, I know. I love it. I love it. It's so great in Windows 11 for that.
All right, so by all means, people, just remember all people seem to need data processing, and please do not throw the sausage pizza away.
I never will. Okay. All right.
All right, so I think I'm gonna end the meeting, and you guys, uh, Christian, Tom, thanks for showing up, and the video will be available, and
Can't wait.
if you can't get it on our team system, I will gladly share a link to my Google Drive for it.
Awesome.
Yeah, which I got to pull down that other one and pull
Yep,
it down. Here.
I put it up there for you.
Yeah, I got to pull it down. Trying to figure out something. I may start doing. I told you I was going to mess around with Open Media Vault and actually do a Nextcloud sharing site with a 4 terabyte drive that I have. I think I'm going to try it. And I'm going to put all the data up there, and then you guys can
Good, then we
pick
can
out as well.
at
Yeah.
least we have a ton of room to put videos up there.
Oh yeah, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have, because I got the 27 terabyte, I got the 36 terabyte NAS. I'm just going to back up the Nextcloud to that. I'll back it up to that.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I got another drive that I use in case of emergency. In case the world blows up, there's a drive that's like it's like a huge drive that I copy all the data to. So I know it's old fashioned, but with all the data that I have, I can't afford cloud hosting. It'd be
Just do me a
ridiculous.
favor and check to see if those two GPOs are disabled. Something that occurred to me.
Bad.
See, that I don't like, the way you have to keep on selecting the domain like that.
Yeah, it doesn't make me warm and fuzzy about it.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so what am I doing here? What is this?
Go to domain controllers.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Link enabled, yes. GPO status
Enabled.
enabled. Try enforcing them to. All right. And then go back to the command prompt and try to rack that in for me.
So do a force, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then a GP result /R.
Okay, good for you.
Nope.
Oh.
Like I said,
That's-
I think there's something up with that the way the domain's structured. That's just a guess.
Okay. So destroy these, eh?
Yeah.
And we'll stay in VMware. You don't want me
Yeah.
to go to Proxmox.
No, that's fine. Let's just stay in VMware. All right. We'll get into Proxmox a little bit later.
Why not?
All right.
Very good.
All right, my good friends. If you don't mind, I am going to tip out.
No problem, Teach.
You guys have a good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night.